I'm going to tell you when, how, and why it's acceptable to break no contact. First of all, if it hasn't been a month yet, the only acceptable time is if there's been a bereavement or some bad health news. However, if your only intention is to manipulate them into conversation because you're being opportunistic, then don't bother them. Otherwise, just be a decent human being, offer your condolences, and carry on with no contact. If it's been longer than a month and you're still really missing them and you're contemplating whether you actually want them in your life still, then the best way to do it is by committing to speaking to them in a month's time. Now the decision is out of our hands and we know we're going to do it, we can then concentrate on ourselves for a month. We can see our friends, we can do our work, we can go to the gym without that decision weighing heavy on our mind. And because we've now made that decision, it will allow us to approach our life with clarity. And so when that time comes, we'll have a much greater understanding as to why it is that we want to reach out to them. Is it just because we're feeling lonely, and in which case don't do it? Or is it because they're genuinely meant to be in your life and you need to work it out? What I want you to do now as well is, now we're committed, I want you to write them a note tonight and revisit it the night before you're going to message them, so we can see what we want to say to them has changed, and this will give us much more confidence in what we want to say and how we portray ourselves, and it's not going to come from a space of desperation, which is just the worst place to break no contact from. At the end of the day, no contact is a really powerful tool to give us space and confidence and clarity in our lives. But life is also too short, so let's not get too fixated on being harsh with ourselves and setting all these really strong restrictions. At the end of the day, if you want to speak to someone, speak to them. Just do it with confidence.